Good afternoon, everyone. So I am going to need a little bit of audience participation for the first bit. Have we got any professional ring walkers here at all? Any? Hands up? Have you? Anyway, on the count of three, can you all please tell me who played Forrest Gump? 1, 2, 3. Right, so does anybody know who this geezer is? I don't know if you can see at the back. Any shout-outs? Robert Mugabe, leader of a little African country called Zimbabwe, back in the 1980s and 1990s. I didn't know until recently that he was actually from Yorkshire, and it's only because I read his name backwards. So, on the count of three, in your best Yorkshire accent, can you all read his name backwards? Thank you, thank you. Right, I'm going to get a little bit political now. Iran. So, people in Iran are scared of spiders, but in arachnophobia. Right, a bit of Formula One. There's 4 Formula One drivers, past and present, that are named after Scottish towns. Now, most people will get the first 3. Lewis Hamilton, Sterling Moss, Eddie Irvine. Not many people get the 4th, though. Airtown Centre. So the 2 Ronnies are playing darts. Ronnie Corbett, Ronnie Barker. Who would win? Ronnie Corbett, because he's littler. So, correct spacing is really important when you're writing a recipe. I now know that curry has 2 teaspoons of cumin. So, I guess you all heard about me weeing at the newsagents last week. It was all over the papers. So, Lord Nelson is 5'6". Nelson's column is 17'1". That makes it a ratio of 3-1. Have we got any Indians, apart from my family, have we got any Indians in the house tonight? Yeah. So have you heard about the new Indian bank that's coming to London next week? Halifax. I'm actually a little bit nervous, so I'm not too sure. Have I told you my Peter Pan joke? No. It never gets old. So my favourite Robin Williams film, without a doubt, is Mrs. Fire. Now, you know what the great thing is about orcas? They do a killer whale impression. Now, I've got some really sad news. The guy that invented Chinese whispers has died. Pass it on. I've got this medical condition. My shirts always get creased or wrinkled when I put them on. I've got an iron deficiency. So I went to this Dire Straits themed restaurant the other day. It was really weird. I had to pay money for muffins, but the chips were free. So I'm only into female singers before 1993. That's right, I'm a prima donna. So does anybody know who Jay-Z is? Yeah? So do you know what Jay-Z called his girlfriend before he got married? Fiancé. Now, I'm not a big fan of Emmerdale, but do you know who Beyonce's favourite character is? Or the Dingle Ladies. So I told my girlfriend, I said, you know what, I really like Beyonce, I'm really into her. She said, whatever floats your boat. I said, no, that's buoyancy. So, I've got this addiction to collecting old Beatles records. Do you know where I can get help? So, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. John Lennon was terrible at Cluedo. So, everybody knows ABBA, yeah? Benny and Bjorn. But if they were called Steve and Dave, they would have been called Asda. So, I told my girlfriend, she doesn't like football, but I did say to her, do you like George Best? She said, no, I prefer Andrew Ridgeley, Pepsi and Shirley. So what is the difference between chickpeas and black-eyed peas? So Black Eyed Peas can sing us a song, Chickpeas can only hum us one. Right, can I just get a raise of hands for anyone that's never been to a concert before? Anyone not been to a concert? Right, you're in luck. So, Tina Turner... Well, my neighbours had saw Tina Turner coming in and out of my house last week, and they thought she'd moved in. But she was simply the guest, better than all the rest. What does Bob Marley say when he puts his hand in the bread bin? Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? So, I went to this Robbie Williams gig last week, and I was sitting next to this really persistent insurance salesman, and through it all he offered me... But do you know what the good thing was about it? It paid out, whether I'm right or wrong. So I went to Dan's Cafe last week. I was terribly disappointed. All they did was play George Michael songs. I'm never gonna dance again. Terrible calf, got no feelings.